So you're getting ready for your first international flight and you order a sandwich and you forget to put a plate or a napkin under the sandwich and you lay it directly on the tray. Before you eat that sandwich, you want to watch this. It's your virtual agent, Passport Polanco, once again, and today we're going to talk about a very important part of traveling. Healthy travel tips to help you make sure that your travel and your journey is worry-free and healthy as possible. So the first tip is going to be always stay hydrated. Make sure you drink as much water as possible. Not only do you want to make sure you drink enough water as possible, you want to make sure that you are drinking water when you arrive at your destination. Get a lot of water when you arrive at your destination. You also want to make sure, as a travel hack, you can have an empty plastic bottle to take with you when you go into the airport, so that way you can even get water in case of emergency. My rule of thumb is always to have bottled waters and to always get bottled waters on your journeys, but if not, you can use a plastic bottle and you can get water from the airport. Tip number 2 is to always get rest. Make sure you get rest between trips, because definitely when you're coming from your flight and you're arriving to your destination, you're going to get hit by jet lag. So a rule of thumb is to always get some rest after you arrive from a flight, and within 24 hours, of course, you want to make sure you get some rest, enough rest, before taking your flight to depart and arrive back home, because you can also face jet lag on the way back from your trip. Another tip is to always have hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is the best way to keep healthy while traveling. You can get the TSA approved size, so that way you can travel with the actual hand sanitizer. That's come handy for me, especially if you're part of a family and you have a family with you, especially with children. You want to always have hand sanitizer. Always have a first aid kit when you travel. This includes stuff as band-aids, wipes, infectants, neosporin cream, any type of remedy for stomach aches, any type of remedy for like diarrhea or stomach viruses, also for pain and fever, such things as headaches. You want to make sure that your first aid kit is ready for you. This is one of the most important things to do to be healthy while you travel. The next thing is to also exercise when you're traveling, especially for long periods of traveling. You want to make sure you stretch, you get air. One thing that I do when I'm traveling is I wake up in the morning and I do like a 10-minute walk. It's amazing because you get to see new scenery, you get to see around the local area, and it's just very mesmerizing, and it's good for you, you know? So get at least 10 minutes of walking, jogging, whatever you need to do to get the blood running. Do that definitely in the morning. That's what I do to start the day. It made my day much more energetic, and I felt like I had abilities to do more things and, you know, have more energy to do more things. So it was wonderful. The next tip is to always get grounded, of course. When you arrive at your destination, especially during the warm season, if you arrive at like the nighttime, you can get a chance, just go outside, get grounded on the grass, get familiar with the location. That's another way, because this helps with stress, anxiety that you may also have from getting off the flight. So be careful what you eat while traveling. If you eat too much junk and stuff that's really not good for you, it's going to affect you over the long run. For instance, if you're eating a lot of junk food, drinking a lot of alcohol, and you're not cleansing yourself, you're going to have pretty much no energy. You're going to be having a hard time to enjoy your travel. Make sure you pay close attention to what you're eating. Be careful from eating from street vendors. I've done that and not had problems, but I've seen my family members eat from street vendors and end up being sick for a couple of days, and it just slows you down. Also, make sure that you check on the type of water you're getting. Like I always said, rule of thumb is to always buy bottled waters. So just be very careful with tap water, because some countries the water may not be as healthy, or you might not be immune to the water as the locals were. Make sure you try not to drink tap water, and also be very careful with the ice cubes, because a lot of times the ice cubes and pretty much ice that's made is from tap water. So I would opt out of using any type of drinks that have any type of ice cubes in there if you're in a country you're not familiar with. The next tip is to always wipe down the actual trays. You know, the little trays when you go into the flight and you have a little tray for you to put the food at. always wipe those down. Always wipe down your seat. Always wipe down the little side panels where the armrest is. Always wipe down the seat buckle, because sometimes these places don't be as clean as we expect it to be. To make sure you're sanitizing your area for your flights. And the last tip is to never sit still during your entire flight. This can be very bad because you need blood circulation. If you're sitting still during your entire flight, you risk getting blood clots because your blood needs circulation. So the best thing is to get up in increments, get up and walk, get up to stretch, do breathing techniques, and you can even kind of move and maneuver your legs and stretch them back and forth while you're sitting down as well. This is Tony Polanco, aka Passport Polanco. I'm your virtual agent. Thank you for watching Tony Talks Travel. I'll see you later.